If you want to maximize your storage space when it comes to your 2005 through 2023 double cab Toyota Tacoma, this Barricade HD aluminum roof rack will be a great solution. Now this will be a great option for the Tacoma owner who is going overlanding, camping, or really anywhere off-road or on-road that needs additional space for their gear, recovery equipment, and any other cargo, and wants a lightweight rack that's not going to weigh down their bill. Now this is also good on its own if you want the option for additional space when you need it, while also not requiring any drilling or modification to your truck, and especially if you're not a fan of larger bed rack options, you just want something small and efficient. Now this will feature a large platform style rack, allowing a lot of options when it comes to different types of cargo, and each of the crossbars here are going to come with T-slot style slots on them for a universal construction, offering you flexibility on added accessories or tie downs. Now the crossbars will also be treaded and add some extra traction and help prevent any movement of your cargo. Another great feature about this rack is the included windscreen or deflector. I don't have everything on the table here just because of the pure size of it, but that deflector on the front is going to create a more completed look with this rack and also reduce wind noise for a comfortable experience in the cab, especially when you're driving on the highway. This will have the benefit of being lighter weight, and that's thanks to the aluminum construction. While it is aluminum and lighter weight than other steel choices, it is going to be durable with a 300-pound dynamic load capacity, and the black powder coat on top will protect the aluminum's integrity, eliminating any corrosion or surface damage from the elements. Like I mentioned, this is also completely bolt-on, so you don't have to worry about any drilling or modification. It'll bolt right into the factory mounting points on each side of your Tacoma's roof. This will come in at about $600, which is actually pretty affordable compared to other racks like it. Now again, the one thing that sets this apart is the aluminum construction for the Tacoma owner who wants the added space but is conscious about their weight and how it can affect their build in certain off-road scenarios. Now this will also be more of a universal style platform rack, allowing you to set up your build in a variety of different ways and allowing you the flexibility to customize your setup. Install will be a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about 2 hours or so to get the job done. Now at this point we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how you can get this onto your truck at home. So that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install you need a ratchet, a 13 and 4mm Allen socket, 10mm ratcheting wrench, and a 13mm wrench. All right, today we're going to be installing a roof rack on our Tacoma. So let's get started. All right, now we just need to access our mounting holds through our trim up here. So we're going to pull up on the front of it, and then you'll be able to pull it up all the way. And then we'll be able to access our 3 mounting points on either side. So once you have this side off, go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. All right, now we just have to get our 3 spacer plates ready. So we have 2 doubles and a single. The single will be in the middle, doubles on either end. We have to put a little piece of foam on, and then our weatherproofing stickers underneath. All right, so we're gonna start with our single one. We're gonna grab our piece of foam, pull the cover off to show the double-sided tape, stick that to our bracket, and then we have our weatherproofing sticker, the same thing, some double-sided tape. Stick it on the body, over where the plate will go, and then foam side down. Do the same thing for the back one. All right, same thing for the back. Put these over. And with the foam side down, just set that over top. Do the same thing for the front one. All right, now we just need to attach our side rail piece. So we have 5 of our longer 10mm bolts with a lock washer and then a flat washer. Side rail is going to go over like so. and the bolts will go down through the spacers. This is gonna be pretty hard to see, and it's kind of difficult. You will be doing a little bit of turning it by hand and also with an open end 10mm wrench. All right, now that we got them in pretty much all the way, we're gonna tighten them all up. All right, then you repeat the same thing on the other side. All right, now we just have to join our two pieces of our roof rack together. So we have our middle piece that will go inside each to join it together. We already have it in our one side down there. Goes in one way, just slides in. Then we'll slide these two together. All right, then once we have it together, each side's gonna get 4 Allen bolts. So we're gonna grab our ratchet and 4mm Allen socket and tighten them down. All right, you gotta do the same thing on the other side. All right, now we're just gonna rest our roof rack over our side brackets so we can install our mounting plates. All right, now there's 4 mounting brackets on either side. They look like this. They both go down through the roof rack, through a mounting plate with nuts on the bottom. All right, so you're gonna put your bracket in like so. And then on the bottom, we're gonna do a flat washer and then our locking nut. Same thing on the other side. Then we're gonna grab our 10mm ratcheting wrench and tighten them down. All right, now you go ahead and do the same thing for the other 7 brackets to mount it to the frame. All right, now we're just gonna get our front plate into place. There's a couple of studs that are already installed on the inside of the rail. We just took our 10mm nuts and washers off. They will go through these 2 brackets. So we're gonna get it up over that side. It's going to fold under. You may need to bend it a little bit to get it around the outside of this side. And it'll go under. Those 2 brackets will go over the studs. All right, as you can see, these are the pre-installed studs. So now our brackets can slide over. We can put our washers and our nuts back on. We'll just put them on hand tight for now because we need to get our bolts through the sides. All right, now we got our hardware. So we're gonna grab our bolt and our flat washer. They're gonna come through the outside of both of these holes. And on the inside, we're gonna do another flat washer and then our nut. Same thing on the bottom. All right, then we're gonna grab our ratchet with a 13mm socket and a 13mm wrench and tighten them down. All right, then we'll take our 10mm ratcheting wrench and tighten our two in the middle. All right, now you go ahead and repeat the same thing for the other 13mm bolts and two 10mm nuts. All right, and that wraps up our install of our Barricade HD aluminum roof rack for our 2005 to 2023 Tacoma double cab. And remember, for everything Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.